The first chapter in this part 2 is called Unhealthy Finances, Employees on the Edge. Now, we're not talking here about whether employees are making enough money. We're really talking about whether, when an employee makes this money, do they have the wherewithal, do they have the knowledge, do they have the capability to adequately deploy it over the course of their lives so that when life does take its little ups and downs, they can survive these ups and downs. Why should we care? Well, let's get soulless here. Let's become pure capitalists, because it actually hits our bottom line, because it actually costs us money not to care. Talk to employees, and 82.5% of employees will tell you that financial issues is one of their greatest worries. What does that mean in terms of how they spend their time? It means that over 50% of our workers spend time during work figuring out how to solve their financial problems. Not doing your work, taking care of their lives. And when it gets into a bad situation, what the numbers tell us is that people who are severely impacted by their financial health will spend 26% more time working on that problem than on your work. But now let's move to the other elements that happen when your employees are under financial duress. Several factors. Fraud increases. Oddly enough, automobile accidents increase. Your health declines. And you get into this vicious circle where when they looked at personal bankruptcies in the US, they discovered that 50% of personal bankruptcies were due to health issues. And yet what created those health issues were the problems with financial well-being. And so you get this vicious circle of self-destruction that takes place if we don't address these problems. Here's an important cautionary note to unions and employers. This isn't about just bumping up the amount of take-home pay an individual makes. This is about the fact that no matter how much money someone has or earns, if they don't know how to live within those means, if they don't know how to deploy those assets in such a way that they can protect themselves during various different life's bumps and crunches, then we have a problem. So the quantum doesn't matter. You can give people as much money as is possible. If they don't know how to live within that quantum, we have a problem. You can't get people to save more until you teach them how to spend less. And that's really the job that's on the table. And in fact, the employer is in an excellent position to do this. So who's going to pay for this? You can't make the individual pay for this because he's got a problem already. He doesn't even have any money. The logic is the employer should pay for it. And that's exactly when you're probably going to turn off this video and say, okay, I've had enough, because I already pay too much as an employer. But let me remind you, you're already paying. You've already got a cost on your bottom line that's a function of the huge turnover that's being perpetuated by the fact that you've got a very unwell financial employee base. So take that cost that already exists and compare that to the cost of running a program that would help employees and protect them over this time. And that is the proper cost-benefit analysis you should be doing.